Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Empire. If you are passing by for the first time, please feel free to join us. Feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I put out my videos. So yeah, I am CJ. Welcome back. It's been a while. I left you guys hanging like boom. This is usually a makeup channel. I do a lot of stuff concerning makeup, but for now I just decided, you know what, I'm going to have to take a break. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I recently have a baby. He's 5 months old right now, and it has been crazy me trying to figure out time to film and everything. That's why I've like taken a back seat a little bit, but I'm trying to get back on screen. So yeah, hey, welcome back, welcome back. So I've decided to share with you guys my experiences so that maybe it might help someone in a way or two, especially if you're a new mom or if you are intending to have a baby. Have you all noticed that people having babies in this pandemic, people are really pregnant? So yeah, that's what I thought. Let me share with you the things that can happen or things that might happen or things that you should expect to happen when you're about to receive your bundle of joy. So yeah, without further ado, I want to talk about what to expect during labor. So number one things that happens when you're having your labor pains or when you're about to have your baby, the number one things that you should expect is to have cramp-like pains, like period pains, like the way you have cramp pains for during your periods. That's the number one thing you should expect to happen. You can either have cramps or have a very pressure like feeling on your lower back or your pain on your lower back. Something that is funny, actually, some people don't get pains like when they are in labor. Some people actually throw up, like really really seriously throwing up. Some have serious diarrhea cases. I've had people telling me such kind of stories. I don't know if you've heard about that, but if you've experienced that, please comment down below so that you may share with other people. I feel like I'm new on camera, so if I'm blabbing, please forgive me. So number one thing, you might have cramp like pains 1,000 times over compared to your period pains. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Number one, either you have cramp pains or you have pains on your lower back. So that's something you should expect. Number two, you might see or you might not see your bloody show. This might happen a few days or a few weeks before you give birth or before you go into labor. So some people might see their bloody show. I have never seen my bloody show. I did not see my bloody show with my first baby or with my second baby. I did not see that. So you might or you might not see it, or if you're keen enough, you might. I don't know. For me, I did not see it. So yeah, that is something that is not common. It's not for everyone. So don't expect for you to see your bloody show before you go into labor. Some people actually get the bloody show when they're actually in labor and they're about to deliver. Others get it a few days earlier. So it all depends. We're all different. We're not the same. So it's not a must for you to see your bloody show before you get your before you have your baby, or it's not a must for you to have a bloody show before your labor pains kicks in. Number three, your water may or may not break. So if you're there and you're waiting for your water to break, based on what you've heard about from people or what you've read in the internet, that your water breaks and then that indicates that your labor pain should start or your baby is about to be born. Some people don't have their water break, they have their water broken, like me. If you want to see that story, I have a video on my delivery story and how it went. I never get my water. My water never breaks. It's usually broken in the hospital, so the doctors usually like pop it out. So it's not everybody who gets their water it's not everybody who gets to see their water break, like unlike the movies that we see that the water breaks and then the baby now starts coming. No, you might or you might not have your water might or it might not break. So that is something else that you should take into consideration. Not all of us have their water breaking, so yeah, you should be prepared. The moment you start having labor pains, you just need to be very very what is it called, very keen on your contractions, because your contractions is what is going to make you go to the hospital or lead you to the hospital, especially if your water doesn't break, because sometimes your water may break, sometimes it won't break, it will be broken in the hospital, and that's when now your water breaking actually progresses your labor. So be keen on that. Your water may break. Don't panic if it doesn't break. It can be broken in the hospital. Also, don't panic if it breaks. If it breaks, be happy. If it doesn't break, don't panic. Yeah, just check with your doctor and you will know what to do. Number four, you might need or not need to be put in under any kind of people call it induction or kuwekwa maji, as Kenyans call it, like Kenyan women say uliekwa maji, like they put a drip on your hand and it levels up the pain from 0 to 1,000. So that is not necessary for all women. It depends with your contractions, because for me, I can say I'm grateful to God that I've never had an opportunity to kuwekwa maji or that kind of drip that they put for you to escalate your pain from 0 to 1,000. But just be ready that you might need to be given that kind of fluid in your body to like precede your what is it called, to like fasten your contractions and to dilate you even more faster. There was once I asked a doctor and I asked him, why is it a must for somebody to be given the drip on your hands to escalate the pain? And he said that normally they do that if they see that you have the potential to progress faster, but it's taking a little bit more time. So they put it on you so that you can progress faster and you can get it over and done with. That thing is painful. From the people that I've had sharing their experiences, they say it's as painful as nothing else. So just be ready. You might need or you might not need any form of induction, so for your baby to go faster. It's not a must for every woman. I've never had that opportunity. Let's just get to the hospital and just for some miracles, things just happened. With my first baby, the drip came off and the doctor didn't want to return it. With my second baby, I got to the hospital almost 8 centimeters dilated, so it never even happened. So yeah, that might happen to you or it might not happen to you. Just be prepared. Number 5, and the last and the most irritating thing that happens to you during labor is that be ready to be checked how far or how much centimeters you're dilated. It is the most uncomfortable thing, and it is the most traumatizing thing when it comes to a woman during birth. That thing is painful compared to giving birth. It's another thing altogether. It's just something else. So be prepared for the doctors to stick their fingers inside of you and just measure how far dilated you are. It's crazy, but you'll get over it, but it's painful. So just be prepared, be mentally prepared. From this video, just be mentally prepared for that happening to you. It's not a pleasant thing to do, but they have to. But if you are, the pain depends on how much you are dilated. So if you are, let's say, like 8 centimeters, it's less painful compared to if you're like 3 centimeters, it's painful. So they just measure how far you're dilated by them sticking their fingers inside of you, and it's not a funny deal. It's not an interesting thing to do. So just be prepared. They're gonna do that. So that's the last thing. Those are like the most common things that might happen to you during labor. So you just have to be prepared in both ways. Things might or might not happen to you. You don't have to panic. Don't panic if they don't happen the way you've seen them happening in movies or the way you've read on the internet. People are different. Women's bodies are different. We are wired differently. So just be on the lookout and just listen to your body. And yeah, you're going to have a good progressive labor, and we are going to see you next on delivery. So if you're keen to know what happens or what you should expect during delivery, please give this video a thumbs up. Yes, and I'll see you next time.